Live for the first of the month till you die trying to ride over nut. Y'all nigga go dumb. Since only here wicked with the bump, it ain't never both fives in the front, no five in the cup. Outside with a coke, wild with a low top drop on the block, hit a man with a juice till I seen his name on the news and this girl with a lane from the coupe.
What's going on, guys? It's Garrett, and today I'm bringing you guys a video on how to draw your very own logo. So this is probably the hardest part of making the logo itself, is drawing it to a nice scale to work with and also designing it to make sure it's not taken and it's not whatever. But you guys really gotta have your own creativity with this. I'm drawing this for you guys to show you guys how I make them and how I go through the process. So for my name that I'm doing, I'm using Tutorial Hub for this, or just tutorial. It's gonna start with the T. And before this, I did draw something up to go along with, so I didn't like sit here like brainwashed on what to do. So if I do this a little fast, it's probably because I already know what I'm gonna draw and I already know what to do. So the hardest part definitely is drawing something and coming up with your own creativity. So let's get right into the tutorial. So I'm using a pencil just because I can erase like messed up marks that I do. And I'm also using graph paper because if you guys can see, there's little boxes everywhere that I can pretty much map out everything onto. So for Tutorial Hub, I'm going to be doing a letter T for this because that's what it starts with. So the way I start with drawing my logos is I draw just like a T up in one of these boxes. So I pretty much go box by box, so I just draw a nice T. Just like that. So that's pretty much the way I start with it first. So hopefully my camera will focus. There you go. So that's the way I start with it, and then once you have your letter base down, you want to start breaking it into pieces that you know you can work with. So obviously the only part that we can actually break apart with this, because it's two lines, is right here in the mid part. So you can pretty much just go to the next box and just draw it about 3 boxes high. Ambulance passed my house. And skip that one box and then draw your top. So it's just like the line skips right here and then goes like here. So I first start off by breaking everything. Sorry if I draw sideways, I can't help that part. So pretty much the next thing I want to do, if you guys have ever drawn basic graffiti, you pretty much block everything up. So I'm going to be using just a big box right here. So I'm not going to go too thick with this. I'm just going to go two boxes. So you can go up. If it's 2 boxes thick, you want to skip 2 boxes. Connect this. And you can just skip a box, actually. And you have that. So you pretty much just block everything up in your logo. I gotta get that out of the glare. Make sure my camera focuses. There you go. So that's pretty much the basic thing of this. So now that you have this, you want to pretty much start with adding more stuff to it. So for Tutorial Hub, the way I look at that is me teaching you guys designing stuff. This is like my portion of the channel, is designing. So the thing that goes with designing is either a pen tool, or in my case right now, a pencil. So the way I did is I took it and I just drew a pencil pretty much right through this. If you guys know what a pencil looks like, it kind of just comes down to a point right here. And then if you want to actually draw it realistic, it kind of like shaves up like this. This, you know, a little mark right there. And then your eraser would be up here. So you can just draw your little eraser. So that's pretty much the pencil mark that I have. So now that I have this is pretty much the way I'm going to look at my logo from now on. And I can see that this bar right here, these 2 bars, are kind of too long to go with this. I feel like it would just look out of place to have this. So what I do is I kind of just take them and move them in, not all the way so it lines up, but pretty close. So it's kind of like 1 block over. And then you guys can just take an eraser and erase that. If I don't think I have a pencil on me that has an eraser on it. Oop. I'll use this. I have like scratch marks with this right now. That'll work though. So you have that. So obviously you guys can tell it does not look that good already. I'm gonna move that up to the camera a little bit. Kind of weird using this. So you have that. Alright, but what I'm gonna be doing is kind of now breaking it apart even more. So I'm gonna make this a lot thicker. So I'm gonna pretty much just draw, let's just say, I'm gonna break this up into 2 right here, and then I'll just go another 2 boxes over. Maybe bring this down a little bit so I know. try to make these lines as neat as you can, because you're going to have to be copying them anyway. Well, these came to different sides. Whoops. Whatever. It doesn't really matter that much how neat it actually is. So you can pretty much just draw it, and then you can start mapping other stuff out. So I'm going to go a little bit higher with this. So I kind of just honestly took the pencil and I took it out of the middle right there. So it's kind of just like a 2 blocks and just comes out to a defined point. So I can just cap this off up here. So just kind of cap that off, and then I can add my eraser in my top. So I'm gonna go 2 boxes up, add my eraser so it's the same width, and then I'm gonna go over another, let's just say box, actually another 2 boxes, 2 boxes high, and over here. So now that I have that, I can see that it kind of looks like a T, but I feel like the spacing between here and here is too like different. Like you see how right here, you see how wide that is? That's 2 boxes over 2 boxes. So that's kind of too wide to do. I know everything else is spaced out 2 boxes, but this right here is a different part of the logo. So this has to be connected a little more. So I can just pretty much drop this down one and fix my lines. And just take my eraser and erase my screw ups. So now you have that. So even now that I have this, it still looks like a T. It's still pretty clean, and I kind of like it so far. So what else can I do with this? I didn't draw this far, honestly, but I guess the way this looks right now, this is kind of too off, I want to say. So I'm just gonna move this actually 1 box in. Oops, I scratched my paper. So you have that, it's 1 box in, and then I'm gonna put it just straight on. Actually, that's gonna work perfectly fine. So your T actually is right here. I'll dot it right here. See, you have your T right there. You see that dotted line right there? That's my T, and then I have my eraser cap, and then my pencil itself. So now that I have this drawn out, this is basically the main thing I want to do. So if you guys are using graph paper, what I highly advise doing is just taking a piece off and ripping it just like that, and then putting it in front of you so you can look at it, and then redraw it on a separate piece of paper. So what I did is I'm just going to put a guideline right through the middle, take up about, I'd say 2 squares with this, go 2 boxes out, draw a line, go 2 boxes out, no, excuse me, go a box out, draw a line. This is for me. It might be different for you guys. God, this eraser. I don't need that. How do I get this out? See, there's a lot of it left. I just don't know how to get it out. Oh well. I won't do any more mess ups. Alright, so you're pretty much just drawing it on a separate piece of paper as neat as you can. And this is pretty much the base of your logo. So go like this. Go 1, 2. Go to the second box over. Mark here. Second box over. And then you guys can just go up. Up and connect. For this kind of, maybe I'll go, I don't want to go 3 boxes because that'll kind of ruin it, but I guess I'll go 2 and see how it looks in Photoshop. So pretty much got this, and now I can draw my top. So I already know I'm gonna go 1 box up because I already drawn it before, go 2 boxes up because everything else is 2 width, and connect it. So now that you have this, this is pretty much your logo that you're going to be copying. You guys can just take a ruler if you want and make these lines more straight. I already know that I'm going to use the rulers for this, and it's going to be a lot more clean when I use the rulers. So this is pretty much the step 1 of your logo. So now that I've drawn this, what I'm going to be doing is taking a picture with my phone. So I'll show you guys right now how I do that. I literally just take my camera. Gotta take it off my face cam. Turn that off. And I put my flash on, and then I'll put it above my picture like this. And I'll take a picture, and then hopefully that'll load up for you guys. Oh, you guys can see right there, my T. So now that you have that, you guys are pretty much done with this part of the tutorial. Now what I'm going to do is hop over to my computer, which is, I'm going to show you guys where my computer is, which is right there. So I'll see you guys there in a little bit, probably in a couple seconds. You guys are just going to pan over, and then I'll go through the Photoshop experience with you guys. So if you guys enjoyed this, I'll be right back. What is going on, guys? And I'm back, and now I'm on Photoshop. So this is going to be the Photoshop section of this tutorial. I've done this before in my other tutorials, but I'm just going to explain it to you guys now. So what I did is I just sent the file to my friend on Twitter, and I just copied and pasted it into my Photoshop document. And I'm just going to open it up and put my rulers on, which is Control R. So now that I have my rulers, what you pretty much want to do is just line up all your stuff. So that's going to be there, and that's going to be whatever. I don't really need to do that, actually. So the first thing you want to do is starting off, actually I'm going to do this, put that there. So the first thing you want to do in starting off is just making your box as big and as width possible as you want. That makes sense to you guys. So I'm putting mine right there. I'm going to pretty much be enlarging my, drawing, I can call it. And it's not that bad. You guys are gonna have to mess with it yourself. So if I hit Control R, I can flip, or Control J and flip this, hitting Control T. I can pretty much line everything up, so I can put that there. And if I'm correct, this should line up with this, but it doesn't a little bit, which is totally fine because it's not totally geometric, whatever you want to call it, symmetric. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pretty much just line everything up as neat as I can. So I'm gonna put this right there. Move this down a bit. Control J, and I'll move this over here. So you guys can see the T. Maybe I'll move this down a little bit, make my T a little more noticeable. And then you're gonna take another one, hit Control J. I'm doing this really fast, by the way. You guys are gonna take a little longer, and rotate this about 45 degrees, and line it up with that corner. So for the corner things, you gotta do is pretty much make a square, line it up, just like that. Duplicate, and then rotate 90 degrees the other way, and make sure these cross at the ruler right there. Easy as can be. So the next thing I want to do is pretty much just rasterize one of these rectangles, delete it from the side right here, and then do the same for the other one. And then you want to now delete it from the side. So for the side parts, like the diagonal lines, you pretty much just want to zoom in, and you can hold shift on it and then cut it, and do the same for this one and cut it. So now if I hide this, you have the logo. Look at that. So the next thing I can do, you guys can do, is pretty much just merge all these layers, and then hitting Control T, you can make it a little more kind of skinnier, just like that. And what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to hit Control T, make it a little bit smaller again. I'm not really a fan of how big they look. Hit Control J, duplicate it, and put one side by side. And then take the fill on the top one, put it to 0, go to blending options, go to stroke, and put an inner stroke on about an 8, and put it on white. I put on black on black. I'm an idiot. And you guys can really mess with this. Let's just say you can put it like that. And you have a logo. So obviously if you guys are doing this, it will be a lot cleaner. This is not that clean for me. I would definitely not probably use this or whatever. So you guys can use this to your advantage. You guys can pretty much just choose how you guys want to do it. It's not that hard to do. As long as you get the first part down, it comes naturally and it comes pretty easily, and it's not that hard, as I said before. So yeah, I'm putting it inside. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. This only took about, I want to say 20 minutes to do. I don't know how long the drawing was. I kind of just went on about that. So as you guys can see, I went from a simple drawing to this, which is really easy to do, and I'm pretty sure you guys would like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely check out my other videos. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, also Tutorial Hub, because we're going to be uploading a lot of stuff on that channel soon. We'll be launching in 5 days. Just get the hype up because it's going to be really awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.